What's good, y'all? Hope everybody's living well, staying blessed. It's your boy Marcus B. As always, I am with, again, just Mr. New guy Kris. Evan is still out. He is under quarantine. He is feeling fine. He is great and dandy, but he is he came into contact with somebody, so it is just Kris and I, and hopefully next episode Evan is back. But this is episode 42. Is it 2? What was it 3? 42. Episode 42 of Holla at Your Boy. And this one was just a little short one with me and new guy Kris. We talk a little bit about our Thanksgiving breaks, what we did on them, enjoyed some food. I got hurt, I'm fine. So we talk about a little bit about bodybuilding, my experience learning about posing, stuff like that. Turns out it's mad difficult. We talk about some fights. We talk about some cars. We talk about going back to teaching tomorrow. Well, it'll be the beginning of the week now when this comes out. But it was a little short one. Just wanted to get the content out to you guys. I hope you guys enjoy it. As always, if you like what we're doing out here, make sure you like, follow, subscribe, and share with all the homies of your own. So that way we get this out to as many people as possible. It's the only way that this works is if you guys share it. So we are at 115, I believe. We're at 115 subscribers, so shout out to all y'all. Again, we're just slowly trying to make our way up to that 250. So the more you guys can help out with that, we appreciate y'all. Hope you guys enjoy the episode. Peace. Man, that dude is just so built for quarantine. It's wild.
Who, Evan?
Evan, yeah. He's just like, he's so able to just be like, oh, I'm just gonna do myself now.
Yeah.
Like, that's it. And it's I'm jealous of that because I don't have that switch to just be like, oh, let me just work on my things. It's always like, what else do I need to do for this? And then blah, blah, blah. But yeah, I don't know. Mm-hmm. As we've talked about on this a couple times, it's hard for me to, and as it's been for a lot of people, it's hard to sit down and just be with oneself. But how's Thanksgiving, man?
That was good.
Yeah.
It was small. Just went mom's side of the family and girlfriend.
Alright. Good stuff. You didn't do like your family and then your girl's family?
No, they did. Well, we kind of did. We went over to their house, but they just had like brisket and like a small dinner. It wasn't really a Thanksgiving dinner. It was just a family dinner.
Right on.
Yeah.
Hey man, I think that it's kind of sad. It was, I did get the family that I usually kick it with during like holidays when it's not my family. Didn't get a chance to go because I had to get tested for COVID, and I got tested on Wednesday, and it was gonna be 24 hours. It was 24 to 48 hours, and I mean, it came back negative. I'm fine, but we didn't. Like, I was just chilling at my boy's place, just like, damn, because like I think I got the test results at like 4 p.m. or something like that. So we didn't get a chance to go kick it with his family, but we did get to do a Friendsgiving Monday, which was nice. Cooked turkey. Came out pretty good, man.
That's good.
Came out pretty good. I was surprised because I didn't like brine it or anything, just like properly seasoned.
Yeah.
There's an art to cooking turkey. I know Vince was talking about it last week. But I want to try cooking a duck.
Cooking duck, yeah. I've never actually tried a duck before.
I don't know if I've tried duck. But I mean, all the shows I've watched, all the cooks I've listened to, they all say duck is delicious.
Yeah.
Yeah, especially like proper Chinese Peking duck is one of like apparently one of the most delicious things ever. It's also one of the hardest things to cook. But it is apparently one of the most delicious things ever, and I really want to try it one day. But gotta go to homeland China for that.
Yeah.
I don't know when that's gonna happen. But right on, man. Man, I haven't had good brisket in a while.
Good brisket, yeah. My uncle makes a really good brisket. I haven't had his in a while.
Yeah.
Yeah.
We've talked about this before too, like barbecuing, like proper barbecue.
Yeah.
Is such a hard thing to get into.
What do you mean?
Because it's like you get your brisket, season it, and you're just gonna put it on the grill, and then you just gotta wait 8 hours.
Yeah.
And then hopefully in 8 hours it doesn't taste like butt.
Yeah.
And then if it does, you wasted 8 hours and $60.
Yeah.
And then it's like, all right, I guess I'll try that again next time. Try something different. Like the art form of barbecuing is so. It's such like small changes to make it good, and there's so many like processes to it. Yeah, and just like aging meat, like if you're gonna you gotta let the meat rest properly afterwards. Or it's like, what does it rest in wax paper, or does it rest in newspaper, or does it rest in tinfoil? Does it rest in all three? Do you let it rest on the table? Do you let it rest in a cooler? It's like everybody's got a different, and that's the thing too. It's like everybody's got a different way of doing it, and everybody's figured out the way to make that work. So then you just got to figure out your own way, and that's it's frustrating.
It's hard.
It's hard. Yeah, me and Evan did was it a Boston butt? Can't remember what we did. No, it was pork. I think we just did like I don't remember what the cut of meat was, but he found this rub, and we put it on my smoker outside, and again, we waited like 5 hours, and it tasted great. There was a nice smoke, like char on it, but we left it too far away from the heat, so like it got cooked, but it didn't get like fall apart, and it was just like, damn it.
Yeah.
Like that was 5 hours of just sitting and just like hoping that it comes out good, and it tasted good, but just like it wasn't what you know when you anything pork, you just like want it to shred and then like put it on a bun, eat it.
Yeah. The first time my dad got his electric smoker, he doesn't know how he did it, but he made some pork ribs, and he got it perfect where the skin wasn't burnt
Nice.
like it normally is, but it still slid straight off the bone.
Damn.
And it tasted amazing. And he doesn't know what he did. He hasn't been able to do it again. He's gotten close.
That too. It's like you gotta. It's the same thing with like baking bread, where you just gotta hope. You gotta write everything that you did down. And then if it works out, you just gotta like try to recreate that every single time.
Yeah.
And that's also why I didn't get into bread making over quarantine, because I did do it once. And also my oven is god awful.
Is it?
Yeah, it just does not get hot enough. But I did it once, and then like I tasted the bread, and I was like, do I want to spend? Because it was like the recipe I was doing, it was like a 12-hour proof. So it's like I make the dough. I would have to make the dough at midnight, proof it until noon, and then cook it at noon every day. It's like, do I want to do that? Do I really do I want to get into this that much? And just like and then that too, it's like, what do you do with the loaves that suck? You just throw it away?
True.
Like, I don't want to throw that away. Like that was, it's not cost effective. Yeah. So, but that being said, I do eventually want to get into barbecuing, because it is. Oh God, I love barbecue.
Yeah.
So much, and I do want to get into baking bread. I think think it was. I don't know if it was on here. Was it on here where I was talking about like when was the last time you went to like a proper bakery?
Oh, I don't think I've ever been to a bakery.
Really?
That I know of.
Yeah, dude, like a proper bakery. It's so good. And what I mean by proper bakery is like a joint that cooks bread, like all the different types of bread, but then also does like the different types of desserts, and then does like just stuff like that. There's a joint down in.
I've been to like the HEB bakery.
Yeah. That, but not HEB.
Yeah.
Without all the other groceries and not a chain grocery store.
Yeah.
If you ever make your way down to San Antonio, there's it's a small chain. I think they've got like 3 or 4 spots called Panaderia. Something Panaderia. But it's pretty solid. But just like good pie. My buddy's girlfriend, my friend. That's always weird. I hate when people say that. I hate that I just said that. Like my buddy's girlfriend, like as if like we don't hang out.
Yeah.
But yeah, my homegirl, who happens to be my buddy's girlfriend, same thing. She was like, "I'm gonna make a blueberry pie," and then like it didn't quite come out. She's like, I'm just gonna get into making pies." She's like, "I think I am. Just gonna make a pie a week. Just see how it goes." But just like they make bread, they make pies, they make like sweet bread. Ugh, God. Went to a spot in Miami when I was down there before the world shut down, and it was like that. And oh my God, dude, just opening the door and just smelling fresh bread.
Yeah.
It's different.
It's a good feeling.
It's a good feeling, dude.
It's like she started making banana bread. And like she found some recipes online that she started to follow, and then like she found one that like would work pretty well, but then like over time she just changed
tweaking it here and there.
Yeah, to make it better. And it's still got a little bit more to go, but it's going. She's doing it really good now.
Fair enough, dude. I haven't baked in a while. I want to bake something soon. But I like I was saying, let's like kind of get into it because I know a decent amount of people know now. But got into, like I was explaining to you, got into a little. I don't even want to call it like an accident. But for lack of a better term, accident on my motorcycle, and it sucks because like the bike's fine, I'm ultimately fine. Like really all that happened, like the bike jumped, the engine, just got the engine fixed, just got the clutch redone. Shout out to Unc for helping me out with that. But as I was taking out of this parking space, clutch didn't catch right away. Going through a curb, the bike falls, managed to bang up my leg, and like I was saying, man, it was there was like a split second where I thought like afterwards when I realized that like my skin was scraped, my shin was scraped up, and I needed to get that taken care of, and like the adrenaline went away, and I realized like my knee was banged up too. That I was like, man, if I tore my ACL, I just went through 2 Thanksgivings not eating any damn food.
Yeah.
Because I'm on this, trying to get this bodybuilding thing going, and if I tore my ACL, I can't do it. So then I missed out on mac and cheese, and Kelsey's, Kelsey did this cream corn. Oh my God, it was so good. I took like a little baby. Damn, it's delicious. I can't. That's all I can have. Because I know if I get like a full serving, I'm done.
Yeah.
My ACL's fine, but just like there was a split second of me just laying on my buddy's couch, like, did I really just give up all this delicious food to get hurt and then not be able to do the competition after all? I think I'm gonna be able to do it ultimately, but I mean, it's not gonna be. Like to that quote unquote peak that I could have gotten to. That being said, I am, like I was telling you in the kitchen, I'm floating somewhere between 9% and 12% body fat, which is wild.
Mm-hmm.
That's so little. and then to also think, he's like, yeah, you should be somewhere around 6 when we get to competition. I was like,
I haven't done what a month now.
yeah, about 3 weeks away.
3 weeks.
3 weeks away now. And then also what sucks, so like that happened, I went and saw my coaches on Tuesday, and we went over posing. Oh my god, posing's hard.
Is it?
Yeah, the I was say art form, like there because there is some art form to it. They're like, because this is so the things that I didn't realize. Like, I mean, I've always followed bodybuilders online, and I knew that there was different levels. There's like physique, the one that I'm competing in. Then there's classic, and then there's like true bodybuilder. Like, and those are the dudes that are like pushing, 300 pounds, don't look human.
Yeah.
Classic is what Arnold, like the Arnold Schwarzenegger, like the OG bodybuilders. That's what you're going for. It's like, how much of like an action figure do you look like? And then physique, which I'm competing in, which is like, I don't know what like the proper definition is, but like kind of like natural body type, just kind of like, are you aesthetically pleasing to the eye? I guess is what the basis of it is. But there's certain poses for each like genre.
Yeah.
And you can't do the poses if you're not in that genre. Yeah.
Huh.
I had no idea. Like the stock one where like they go sideways and like they do the bicep and like you get the side pec. I can't do that in physique.
Huh.
Yeah, that's only for bodybuilding. Like, and then like the downward tricep again with the side. I think that's only for classic. Like, I had no idea that there was like these rules on posing and what you can and cannot do, and like the art form of posing. Like, they were having me run through it, and I was legit sweating in the in the supplement shop, and which was also weird. Like, I was just like in a supplement shop with my shirt off. Like, all right, that's fine, no big deal.
Yeah.
But like they were like, yeah, so like you get 15 seconds, so you can walk out, you acknowledge the judges, you're gonna get your first front pose, and then you get a side pose, but you're not gonna sit on that too long because again, you only have 15 seconds. So like you have to like just like side pose, back pose, turn back around, maybe get one more front pose, and then that's it. I'm just like, and again, and you're just like, okay, I think I go through that. And then like I did the first time, he was like, yeah, that was about like 30 seconds. I was like, what? Really? And then I was like, started thinking, I was like, yo, 15 seconds is quick.
Yeah.
To just like, done. And just like working on like the angles and like acknowledging like which side is like your better side. And then as you're being like fluid going from pose to pose, like you don't want to just like hit, turn to the side, hit. Like you just gotta like trying to get some posing in as you go from pose to pose. Yeah. Things I had no idea, man. But yeah, I was just like sweating. Like, from like flexing the muscles so hard for like just holding. He was like, yeah, so he's just like, so like I'm flexing, like, okay, so like try to pull your left side back a little bit and like arch up a little bit more. There you go. Make sure you keep the torso line. I'm just like shaking. He's like, yeah, that looks good. Now try to do that like out the gate. It's like, okay. Yeah, very nice. And I'm just like sweating. So I don't know what's gonna happen. I mean, he's also said that I'm gonna be changing my diet, so this next 3 weeks is also gonna be rough. He's gonna sort of like get down to that 6%. He's gonna carb cycle. So like one day I'll have the same amount of carbs I have now, and then the next day will be like half, and then the third day will be like none, and then just kind of going through it like that until basically competition. I was just like, He's like, yeah, you're just gonna always kind of be hungry, but you'll get used to it. It's like, I don't think I will, man. Like, I don't. Come on now. But yeah, there's just so much I did not consider, as I've said before. I just did not consider about the art of bodybuilding and what goes into it. And I did some research on YouTube, looked up some videos, and just like a lot of things I did consider, and like other coaches like pointing out like, this is what you're going for, and like they're like pointing at the muscles and like trying to like, when you do this pose, this is what you're trying to accentuate. Just like, damn, man, it was cool. It was really cool. It's definitely a learning experience, and I'm really mad that I hurt myself, and I'm not gonna get to go to like full out, but I'm gonna do my best to get the rest of these workouts in. We'll see what happens.
Yeah, I mean that's because like I've always kind of wanted to get into not necessarily the whole bodybuilding thing, but at least trying to like keep a good physique.
Yeah.
And like at least look well built, but like the thing about like being hungry, like I know if I were to do that, I have to cut out quite a bit of carbs that I'm eating right now. I'm like, I'm a carbivore, man. Like,
dude, it's yeah. I miss all those things so much.
I mean, like right now, like winter time, be prime time to like bulk up and like eat
yeah.
carbs.
I mean, I definitely did the wrong time. Like this is like everybody's kind of like tapering off from like show season. Like the homegirl that kind of put me on with these coaches. Shout out Marina. Like she's done. Like she was her last competition was, I think, the first or second week of November. So now she's just kind of like, she's cruising through the end of the year. I think she said she would try to do a show in like late February or early March. So like basically taking like 3 months to just kind of like take it easy.
Yeah.
Bulk up a little bit. And I'm just like, nah, bulking season. Let's do cutting season. Just be completely backwards.
Yeah.
But it's definitely been the only it's definitely been a learning experience. I think the only thing that I have left like stylistically to do, because I'm never gonna do CrossFit. It's not gonna happen for me. I'm so prone to injury. I'm not out here trying to do 50 overhead presses for time. Like I'm not.
Yeah.
It's not gonna. No, I'm gonna blow my shoulder out. But doing the powerlifting stuff, because I just, no matter what I do, like I don't put on mass easy. Like I've stayed cut throughout this entire time, no matter how much I've worked out, no matter how much weight I'm putting up, no matter what I've dieted, like I've stayed cut. I've gone like baby steps bigger, like dense wise, but like as far as like bulking up doesn't work. So I'm gonna try. I think I'm gonna try that next. I'm gonna like intermittent that with, which is also dumb. It's not gonna really work, but with getting ready for that marathon that me and Duran are planning in February. But after that, I don't know, man. I just trying to figure out what my body wants, like not wants to do, but just like is like, this is what we do. Yeah. This is how we function, and yeah, that's really all I'm trying to figure out is like, what's the best lifestyle for me.
Yeah.
And I don't know, but I mean, you also got a weird starting point since you're like former swimmer.
Yeah, that's another thing I was gonna talk about. I don't know if I said it. Was it? I don't know if it was last episode or the episode before, but the new coach that we got at the swim center, he's talking about doing a 18 and older, like club swim.
Right on.
So if he does start that, I think that I'm gonna join that. I think that'd be fun.
Hell yeah.
Fun experience and get a chance to swim more.
No, man, get after it. I mean, swimming's hard. It's so hard.
I know. It's funny because there's a lot of people who I knew who would like disc swimming and stuff, and then they would go and like be a lifeguard, and then have to do like a 300 for like their test,
Yeah.
and they get out of the pool and like they're like tired and huffing and puffing. They're like, man, this is hard. I was like, that's my warm up.
Yeah.
Actually 3 of those is my warm up.
Yeah, man.
Plus another 5,000 for the workout, then a 200 warm down. Like,
stupid. That's There's, and like swimmers' bodies are just.
That's another thing.
So strange. Like
I don't want the swimmer body, but I like swimming.
Yeah. like just like the peak swimmers just don't.
It's long, like really wide shoulders.
You're just like there's no like definition.
Yeah.
But there's no like. It's just like a body type. It's like,
yeah.
Are you a long boy? Are you also wide?
Mm-hmm.
Are you, like you kind of have to be built like a 2x4.
Yeah.
If you're built like a 2x4, killing it as a swimmer. Otherwise, it's
I mean, the shorter guys can be built pretty nice. Like the I don't know if you saw 2016. I think the new swimmer who beat Michael Phelps on the 200 fly.
I didn't catch it. No.
He swims at UT.
Okay.
He's I'm not gonna say he's super short because I'm pretty short, but he's around like 6 foot.
Okay.
Just short compared to other swimmers.
Yeah.
So I mean, he's not that. He doesn't have that full swimmer built.
Right. Yeah, I don't know. Like swimmers' bodies are weird. Rock climber bodies are weird too, because they're same deal. They're often like.
Ooh.
Not a single thing was
You're
shot.
safe.
Oh yeah. They're long, but then also like you see like their muscles themselves are just long. It doesn't make sense. Like, but then they're able to just like yeet. Just
hold
one
on to it by their finger.
Yeah, just like pull themselves up with one hand. You're just like, but your muscles like
yeah
that long and like that big. What do you mean? You're just like, oh yeah, that's nothing. Want to do it again? There you go. Third time? Like, yeah, it blows my mind. Yeah, bodies like.
So, like swimmers' backs are like their strongest thing. Like when I was swimming, and we were going to the weight room, I could do like 25 pull-ups in a row. Like
Jesus.
Like, yeah.
Yeah.
And it was pretty funny because they'd have the military people who would come like during the lunchtime and like they'd have I don't even know what you call it, just like challenges, like do push-ups or pull-ups for like prizes, and like one of them was like do 20 pull-ups for like a bag or something. There's a lot of people who went up there and like couldn't do it, and I was like, I can go up there and do it, but I don't want that kind of, because there's like 100 people around there watching. I was like, I don't want that.
Too many people. Yeah. I don't want to. Don't look at me. Just off in the corner, just like.
Yeah.
All right, I did it. All right. Yeah, like swimmers' bodies are weird. Rock climbers.
Bikers.
Bikers.
Their calves.
Calves are stupid. Just thick, like they somehow again manage to have like these thick legs, but also thin. Like it doesn't make sense. Yeah, and the upper body, just like it's all just definition and just veins and muscle, but it's also but still like nothing there. Fighters too. And it's like you look at like the roster of like the UFC and just seeing like the different body types at the same weights. And
yeah,
like,
that's another thing is with fighting is.
How are you both 155 and that dude looks like he can eat steel and you look like you've never worked out a day in your life and you beat him? What do you mean you beat him? Come on now.
I feel like most of the featherweights look about the same.
Yeah,
but
like once you get like below like 145, everybody's got a pretty similar body. Like some are a little bit taller, some are a little bit shorter, but like. Long muscles, mild definition, word. But then like 55 and up.
Especially when you get in those heavyweights, because it's either guys with heavy muscle or guys who are just heavy.
Just like, lean, like not lean, but just dense.
Yeah.
Just like, you like, I think Mark Hunt, like three like wildly different fighters, like body wise. It's like Mark Hunt, who was just like this Hawaiian dude, just big ass belly, just large.
Yeah.
Starch people. Just would knock people out like nothing. And then you got like Brock Lesnar. Something like 6'6", he has to cut weight to get to 265. Just that, which is ridiculous.
Yeah.
Thinking of like having to cut weight to like, because heavyweight is anywhere from 220 to 265, which is also dumb. Like that's such a large gap. Like, let's open up some sizes, y'all. But thinking he has to cut weight and he's just like Norwegian or whatever Viking man, just built like a brick shit house. Like, what are we like? How are you in the same division? Yeah. How are you fighting at the same thing? How are you both equally like talented? This doesn't make sense. Yeah. Speaking of fighting, I know you said you only caught one of the fights last night.
Yeah.
So this will come out what, Thursday, the 3rd? Yeah, December 3rd. But last night was the Roy Jones Jr. and Mike Tyson heavyweight bout, which we'll get into that in a little, like here in a second. But you said you did catch the entire fight of the Nate and Logan Paul? Jake Paul? What was it? Jake.
Well, I mean, I watched the whole fight on, like, somebody just, like, screen recorded it and posted it on YouTube. So I caught it before YouTube took it down, yeah.
But, I mean, like I was telling you before we jumped on, I mean, I'll give it's Jake, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, Jake. I'll give Jake the nod of, like, I mean, he's definitely taking it serious. I mean, I didn't realize he was only 23, which is gross.
Oh, really?
Yeah. He's only 23. And he's the older one, right?
No, Logan is.
Logan's the older one?
Yeah.
Okay. So, yeah, I didn't know that Jake was only 23. But, I mean, he's definitely, like, taking the training serious, and he wants to be about it. But, man, like, boxing, it's so easy to see like quality and experience like than not, like just fighting in general, like you, that's like if you've got a decent like layup or like 3-pointer, you can kind of get away with like missing out on like dribbling or like passing skills or anything like that. But like fighting, it's like, do you actually know how to fight?
Yeah.
Like they kept saying it on the dudes commentating. They're like, you don't play fighting.
Yeah,
like,
I heard that. It's not. You don't play boxing. It's a lifestyle.
Yeah, you fight.
Yeah.
You box. You throw hands. You either spar or you're in a match. Or
yeah.
you, like, but there's no playing in boxing, and it looked like they were training, and I don't even know, like I don't want to talk too bad on it because like obviously they put in some training, but just like I was telling you, like the way Jake was coming in, like he was leading with his face first off, so it's just like any amateur just sees that, it's just like slip, uppercut, you're done.
Uppercut or slip and straight to
yeah,
the
just
jaw.
like cross the angle, just
like that jaw coming in as a punch is going to you, like that.
Like you're going to sleep, like, and so he was like wildly underdeveloped. Again, this is only his second fight ever, so I mean I understand that, but just like the fact that he was the co-main to this like two of the best boxers of all time, different. It rubs me away. I don't know how it rubs me, but
I think a big part is just because of like where he's come from, how much of an influencer he is, and everything.
And I get that, and I know that they're like boxing is I don't want to say it's on the downturn, but it is a hard thing to get into. Like because there is such an art form to it. And there's a steep learning curve just as a fan to just be like, because like you said, Tim was just like, I really waited 30 minutes to just see two guys hug. Like that is what it looks like. It's like when Tyson and Roy Jones were fighting, they were in the clinch a lot, but just like understanding like what it is that they were doing and seeing the shots that Roy was putting in and the shots that Tyson was putting in, like Tyson is one of those dudes that like from here if he lands on your ribs, it's gonna suck.
Yeah.
It's gonna hurt, and if he's like bop bop bop, quick 3 to the ribs, like doesn't feel good.
No. And
then like the other part of it where it's just like a lot of people will say like they lay on them so that way they feel the weight. And what they're talking about is like a lot of times like you'll see it, they'll fight for who has the who ends up getting the underhooks. Like in MMA, you want the underhooks because that means you have control. So that means you can kind of torque somebody's body any which way. So like in UFC, in MMA, the goal is to get the overhooks, to get the underhooks to avoid that happening. In boxing, you want to have the other person get the underhooks, so that way like you hug them and you lay on their arms, and then that way like they're supporting your weight, and then therefore your bicep is getting tired, and therefore your punches are slowing down. Like that's a weird thing, just like me saying it out loud, like that's such a weird concept to be like, you want to lay on them? What do you mean you want to lay? Like,
I think it's nice in boxing though that like the ref comes in and like,
yeah, they do break it up, yes,
which I think helps with the I guess the entertainment aspect of it.
It does. It definitely does. But and again, just you take the Jake Paul fight and the Tyson fight, and you look at the differences in what they were doing. Like when Nate Robinson was in the clinch, he was just hugging because he was tired. When Tyson and Jones were in the clinch, it was just like, there's some strategy here. I'm gonna lay on one side, I'm gonna open up, and then I'm gonna unload on your ribs, then I'm gonna lay back down, and then I'm gonna switch the other side, open up on your ribs. Like, and then Nate was just like, no, I need a few seconds. I don't want to fight right now. Like, that's the difference in experience,
Yeah.
Nate has never had a fight. Jake has one fight. Between Roy Jones and Tyson, there's well over 100 pro fights, not including their amateur. Yeah,
that's another thing is Jake Paul. I feel like if you're gonna get into boxing, you shouldn't start at the pro level.
Yeah, and
you gotta start at the amateur.
Yeah, and in his post-fight interview, I can't remember who was interviewing him, but they asked him about that. They were just like, they were alluding towards like, yo, like boxing, like you don't, like we understand that you're like the co-main, but like this isn't a real thing. So are you down to be patient and work your way up properly through this? And he said yeah, but then like he followed that up with like I'm ready to, I can't remember who else he called out, but he called out Conor McGregor. I'm just like,
ooh,
now hold on now. Like, yes, Conor only has one other pro fight as well, but that was against Mayweather.
Yeah, and he put up a really good fight against him.
He put up a solid fight, arguably won at least one round.
Yeah,
but he is still a professional fighter.
Yeah.
Like, there's also talks of McGregor fighting Manny Pacquiao, which is going to be a terrible fight for Conor. Pacquiao is going to just light him up like a damn Christmas tree. Like, Pacquiao doesn't have the same fighting style of Mayweather, which is like, I'm going to stick, shoulder roll, pop.
Yeah.
Stick you there, shoulder roll, pop, stick you there. I'm not going to let anything land on you. Pacquiao. It's like, oh, we box? Okay. I'm going to try to murder your entire family with my fists.
Yeah.
It's going to be a bad time. But, if Jake thinks that he could fight McGregor, come on now, man. Like, that's not going to happen. You have 2 fights, son. McGregor is a 2-time champ in the UFC. And I believe both times he won the belt was off of his hands. Like, he didn't win by via submission or TKO. It's just like, I know for sure the 145 when he beat Jose Aldo, it's just like, bink.
I think I remember that. I think they were both knockouts.
Pretty sure. I'd have to double check, but yeah, dumb. But that Mike Tyson fight and that Roy Jones Jr. fight, frustratingly, ended in a draw. But I mean, the commission was so weird. Like, they said it was gonna be a hard sparring match. Like, they had to jump through so many hoops to get the California Athletic Commission to allow the fight to happen. That just ultimately didn't make sense. It's like, it's gonna be a hard sparring match. I'm like, you realize it's Mike Tyson, right? And Roy Jones Jr. has 44 knockouts. 22 of them are in the first round. Mike Tyson was one of the most terrifying knockout artists of all time. You think these two dudes are just gonna I'm gonna take it light.
Yeah, I know.
No, they're just gonna sign. That's what I need to sign the fight. Yeah, okay. All right, bell rings. All right, now I'm gonna try it again. I'm gonna try to murder your family. Like, these guys don't have that, and it was an interesting fight. Like, it was weird. I kind of want to get off fighting. I feel like we've talked about this for a while, but it was weird that they only gave them 2-minute rounds as opposed to 3-minute rounds, and I think that played a lot into both of them.
They only gave them 2 minutes.
Yeah, 2-minute rounds, and it was 8 2-minute rounds, but just in usually in boxing it takes about 1.5 minutes for you to get a feel for them. So then you have the other 1.5 minutes to make work of that. In a 2-minute round, you take 1.5 minutes. You got 30 seconds to make work of it. Doesn't make sense. And then you have two different styles going at each other, where Roy Jones fights with his hands down and he's used to bobbing out the way, and then he throws these wild jabs from his belt up top as he's getting out the way, and then Tyson's used to just ducking in, throwing these haymakers. So just these two styles that just don't kind of line up. And then you take 2-minute rounds, and then it was weird. Judging was garbage. But then again, there was no official judging. There's no official winner. But then it ended in a draw. Yeah. They both got this bullshit belt. I don't know. Whatever. It was super dope to watch them fight, though.
Yeah.
It was really cool to get to experience that, and seeing both of them just be who was at Tyson's 54 and Jones was 51. Jeez. And just seeing both of them still move with some purpose, dude. No bullshit behind what they were doing.
Yeah.
It was definitely cool.
It's have you seen Mayweather's dad is still training with them? Yeah. Still moving his hands as fast as Mayweather, holy crap.
Dude. Well, yeah, I mean, those I don't know if I've said this on air, but just there's a couple things that I think every kid should do from a young age because of that. It's you should be into something that requires you to be flexible, whether that be martial arts or gymnastics or ballet. Get your hips to be able to open up from a young age, so that way you always have that. There's so many people, and then so it opens up your hips. That stuff makes you aware of your body from a young age. A lot of kids don't have any background, and then that's also the kids that suck at marching.
Yeah, I was about to say those are the kids that marching band that don't. I'm supposed to step on the clay.
Yeah, they don't get that concept, or just I'm just lift up, and they're just no, but lift up. Yeah. Almost body awareness is such an important thing, man, and you only learn that from doing something. I don't want to say athletic, but just athletic, man. Learning how to throw a proper kick, understanding how your hips work. That's important, man.
I took Taekwondo when I was younger. I think it was for almost a year. I had to drop out just because of some financial stuff. Yeah. But I worked my way up to a blue belt, and you're supposed to take a test to get the blue belt, but the guy who was you proved yourself enough. Just there you go. Right on. I was
cool. Yeah. Yeah, man. I think that's just important. Then also as I've as I've said multiple times, I think it's important for everybody to get hit in the head. You learn a lot of humility by getting punched in the face or more importantly, getting kicked in the face.
Mm-hmm.
Because then you just like, you understand like, hey, there's a chance I get kicked in the face by anybody.
Yeah.
Let's not run our mouth like freely, and because you never know. But yeah, like that's mad important, and you know, if you've been boxing like the Mayweather family since you were 5-7 years old, yeah, even if you're however old his dad is, 60, 70, like,
yeah,
you're gonna have some like those muscle fibers and connectors, like those don't go away. They like slow down a little bit, but like if that's what your body's built on, like that's how your body's gonna go. Like that's how it's gonna work. So, and I think and I've talked about that a lot. Why I'm grateful I did dance for so long, because I understand like how my body works and what it means to like move through time and space, and understanding that like what it means to be long, like leading through the entire line. Like that's those they're really weird concepts to teach people, but when you get them taught to you, like it's like a bonus level unlocked in like the human life almost, you know what I mean? Like I don't think like people that never did that aren't aware of like how much space they take up.
Yeah.
Like like what it actually means to be like fully extended like through the arm, like throwing a punch, like you'll see like people like street fights and they punch you. It's like, what? That's, you got the rest of that way to go.
Yeah. How
do you not understand that? And they don't, because they didn't get taught properly. But
I mean, that's like I got a punching bag, or it's not in my house, but it's over at like the game room that we have. And when I first got it, I was like punching on it and like doing some stuff I saw on YouTube. I was like, I'm gonna record myself and see what I look like, because like it might feel right, but it may not look right.
Yeah.
And so I recorded myself. I was like, man, I look like shit. And so I just like slowly just like started breaking it down, like just really slow movements.
Yeah,
like
man.
just breaking it down to the.
It's important, man. And and it feels good. I wish there was a fighting gym around here.
Yeah.
I wish there was, because I think that's really, body wise, I think that's kind of where I want to be at. As much as I love like lifting weights and stuff like that, just like I do like more so the functional strength. And I think once I get a house, I'll have more things along those lines, like kettlebells, steel maces, stuff like that, where it's just like it's just every there's no independent muscle groups, like everything's dynamic. So like with a kettlebell, man, you can do stupid workouts with those, and I have, and they're, oh my god, you just feel terrible. And it's just like a 35 pound kettlebell is like, oh, that's not gonna be too much. Then 30 minutes later, like you can't get off the ground if you like got after it. And then like, especially with like all my joint problems, like it's really important that like I do stuff like with a steel mace, just like doing stuff like one of the main ones is just doing, like, I can't remember what it's called, but like you start here, so it's like this big mace, then there's like a weight on the end, and then like you rotate it back, swing it around, and then come back around, and just like super good for the shoulders, and it's a bitch.
Yeah, sounds like it.
Like again, same deal. It's just like, yeah, just do that 20 times.
Yeah.
Just take this bar and roll it around my head 20 times. All right. You get to like 10, you're like, what? What is going on? Why do I feel the muscles like in my armpit?
Yeah.
How do I have muscles in my armpit? What do you mean? Yeah, it's good, but I mean, it's the same thing with with all my tools. I just need a proper space to have them. I need a goddamn house. I need one, but I'm still trying to figure all that stuff out. Trying to get my credit to where I can actually afford a house. But alas, I can't get rid of my damn car.
No.
That's a lie. I figured out how to get rid of my car. I can't find a damn car.
Oh.
It's so frustrating.
Yeah. That's how I feel right now.
Yeah. But, well, I mean, you said you were just going to end up fixing the transmission.
Most likely, yeah.
Most likely?
Depends on how much it's going to be. We still got to look at it and see what's actually wrong with it.
Gotcha.
I mean, if it comes down to it, I mean, I think a whole new transmission is like around $1,000, so it's still cheaper than buying a car.
Yeah.
And then, yeah, I don't know.
I'm honestly kind of looking into that, maybe just getting like a shell, and just like
piece it together.
Yeah, find an engine, find a transmission, just to get it to where it passes inspection, and just like there's $3,000. Like it doesn't need to be pretty. I just like I just want a car that drives standard. Damn it, that's all I want.
You want a standard?
I just want a standard. I want a standard back.
I've been driving Mia standard.
Yeah.
I've been getting pretty good at it. The only thing I'm still struggling with is like trying to go on a hill, like a backwards hill.
Takes a bit.
Yeah, I freak out a little bit, and then it dies, and there's a car behind me. I'm like, oh no.
Oh no, dude. I remember that. That was when I first got the only car that I've had that was standard was this little '96 Honda Civic, and I want it back. I missed that car.
Yeah.
But that engine was rough, and I put it into the ground. Rest in peace. But I bought it off my dad, and then immediately just drove it to Houston because I had an indoor camp.
Yeah.
And never, like, I drove in standard like twice maybe before. And I was like, all right, well, I'm gonna drive to Houston now. I'll figure it out. And then like from Houston, I drove to San Marcos. And have you ever been to San Marcos?
No, not yet. I don't think.
Majority of the campus is hills.
Oh.
So just like, hey man, it's like a majority of the campus is hills, and like 9 times out of 10, if you find a parking spot, it's gonna be parallel parking. So it's like you're just gonna figure out how to do those two things, or else you're not gonna be able to drive here. Have fun. And I did.
Yeah.
Magically figured it out, and it's just a lot of like, just chilling on a hill and just like going back and forth with clutching gas.
I finally found that sweet spot where like the clutch could be pushed in, but you can still give it gas.
Yeah.
And like it won't die, but it.
Yeah. That's all you gotta find. You just gotta find that spot, and you just gotta live there, and then you'll figure it out. But yeah, I just missed that. There's just a deeper connection to the road when you're driving a standard.
No.
It feels really.
I mean, I feel like in Mia's car, it doesn't do it justice.
Well, she's got the. No, it's not the Fiat. Pathfinder. Yeah, I mean those not so much anymore. But like the cars I'm looking at, like the sports cars, like.
Yeah, if I want a standard, I want a Challenger.
Yeah. Yeah, no. If you.
Some low to the ground, like.
I think there might be. I don't think the Hellcat has an option for, automatic, but I think like a V8, like the step below that, like has a automatic.
The Hellcat has an automatic.
Really?
Yeah. I watched a YouTube video of a Hellcat automatic and a Hellcat standard racing each other, and I mean the automatic one, obviously. Cause,
yeah, but it's such a disservice.
Yeah.
How dare you get a Hellcat with an automatic transmission on it? Like 800 horsepower, and you're not gonna own that? You're just gonna let the car do that for you? How dare you? Drive that thing.
Yeah.
Ugh. Yeah.
I think it's like a 8-speed transmission, something like that. Freaking Mia's parents bought a new Jeep Cherokee. Right. It's got a 9-speed transmission in it. I never heard of a 9-speed before. I mean, it's automatic, but yeah, a 9-speed transmission. I was like, damn.
I didn't know that was a thing either.
I don't know. Yeah.
Jesus. Yeah. It's mad frustrating though, because I got the homie Will looking for cars for me, and like the dude works in cars, like He works at a dealership.
Yeah.
He personally buys and sells cars constantly, and that's why I hit him up. I was just like, hey man, you find cars fairly easily. You're able to turn them over, mad quick. Can you find something for me? He's like, yeah, dude, I'll be able to find something for you in like 2 weeks. It's been 3 months, and like he keeps finding me cars, and then for whatever reason, every person is flaking, and it's so goddamn frustrating.
Yeah. Now, are you buying it like straight from like the auction, or like you buying it?
No, like off people.
Yeah.
Yeah. I mean, I think that might be what I have to do is like just go to like maybe an auction or I might just have to.
Well, from what I heard, you have to have like a dealer like license to go to auction, but I could be wrong.
I think he might have one. I wouldn't be surprised. Like Will's does everything. That dude is wild. You want to talk about somebody that gets the bag, like works for the bag. That dude covers so many bases. But yeah, I wouldn't be surprised if he has one. But I think that is a thing. You need to have a license to have that. But I mean, the whole reason, like, A, I want to stay in a car because I just miss that feeling. But B, I'm also tired of just making payments on something, so I'm just trying to buy something outright. But
yeah.
I might just have to get like a $5,000 car, just like something where I could like pay off most of it out the gate and then just make some payments on it. But it's just damn frustrating, man. I just want a different, like, just want a 2-door manual transmission. Nothing fancy.
Yeah.
Just want to feel the car again. I don't feel my Hyundai anymore.
Yeah.
Well, I never did. It's a Hyundai. Come on. I bought it so that way I could drive for Uber. It's the only reason why I bought that car. And plus I didn't have a car, which you know.
I've heard of those auctions though. These dealers buy like 2018, 2019 cars for like $3,000, resell it for like $13,000.
Yeah, dude.
I'm like, damn.
Yeah, I don't know. I mean, hopefully we'll have a car by 2021, but we'll see. At least I got my bike. It's not running right now, but I think the battery died.
Oh.
Yeah, so I just need to try to get that squared away. But yeah, other than that, man. Anything else going on in your life?
No, not really.
No, just kind of chilling.
Yeah. It's kind of just been what's going on right now.
Dig it, man.
Oh, Ben's supposed to be moving in for a couple weeks.
A word?
Yeah. He's on his break for college, so he's going to come in. At the end of his freshman year, he's going to move in.
Like for us?
Yeah.
Right on. He's at UMHB, right? Yeah.
Oh, speaking of which, I talked to him about how you were done with the brass band thing.
Yeah.
And him and Tatum are both done.
Yeah?
Yeah. He was actually trying to get a brass band started, and he said he's got a trumpet player.
Word. I'm down, dude. Get back. I was putting the feelers in for the high school to get that back going, but nah, man, I miss playing. I miss just having something to do. Jesus Christ, man. Yeah. But yeah, I started putting some feelers out. There's some hitters, man. That kid Mikhail on saxophone. I think he's gonna be real solid on it. Then I got like Blake on bone and a couple other kids, a couple of these young freshmen. So tuba is the only one that's got a little bit of question on it. Not because there's lack of people, but just like the people I was talking to, like Kerrigan knows the book, but she does TBI in the afternoon.
Yeah.
So she couldn't come back for rehearsal. I was like, okay. And then I hit up Cade, but he does baseball and they practice after school every day. I was like, stop. Oh. But I think like Barfoot said he was down, but he just doesn't know the style. But I think I'll be covered there. And then saxophones, I just
Yeah. Chuck it at them, they'll figure it out.
just throw a dart in the saxophone studio and they'll figure it out. Jesus.
Yeah. Somebody will pick it up.
Yeah, somebody will pick it up. I mean, I got Mikhail. I just got get somebody else and Amber. So I'm actually not too too worried about saxophone. Trumpet, as always.
Yeah.
Gotta figure that one out.
I feel like trumpets have always been a little thin since I've been there.
It was mad funny. I went up to do you remember Abby?
Yeah.
Yeah. I went up to her and I was like, hey, you're doing brass band. And I turned to this kid, he was a freshman, and I was like, hey, you any good at trumpet? Because like I just don't know that many freshmen. And he was just like, no. I was like, you want to get better? I was like, yes. Like, all right, you're gonna do brass band. He's like, what's that? Don't worry about it. But you're gonna have to learn how to play high notes, and
Yeah.
you'll figure it out. Just take bigger breaths. Breathe deeper. He's like, what?
Breathe from the stomach.
Yeah. Just like, you don't know how to breathe. He's like, what do you mean I don't know how to breathe? Shut up. So that, and then salsa band as well.
Yeah.
Actually get that one started. I don't know why I wasn't able to get it started last year. It seems super thin.
Yeah.
But I think there's enough kids that would be down to get after it. So we'll see. But again, who knows? The world might be in fire after Thanksgiving when we come back from school. That being said, when this comes out, it'll be Thursday, but tomorrow is Monday. And I'm not ready to go back, dude.
Yeah.
I don't know what it's going to be like. It's going to be...
I heard there was talk about not going back because they were worried about everybody like hanging out for Thanksgiving.
Yeah, I mean, Austin's not.
Oh, really?
Yeah. I don't know if it's all of Austin, but for sure Austin ISD. They took this week is virtual. Like they're just like, nah, man, just stay home.
Mm-hmm.
Get that week out. If you feel sick, get tested, take care of yourself, and then we'll come back that next week. But yeah, man, we'll see. It's gonna be.
You're right. That's how it always starts. Though it starts in those Austin, Dallas, San Antonio, and so it's the beginning of the story.
Yeah, I mean, I think we'll make it through the 3 weeks, but I don't have much hope coming back from Christmas. Like I definitely think there'll be an extension there, if not like a week, like a decent chunk of time, like pushback. But I don't know. We'll see, man.
Yeah.
We shall see. I'm not excited to go back to like see what teaching is again.
Mm-hmm.
Like the week going into Thanksgiving, it was so ambiguous. There were so many kids out because contact tracing, and 1 or 2 kids actually tested positive. So then all their friends were out, and just like looking at my class, I was like, there's like 3 people here. I'm just like, practice something. I don't know. And then we got the Christmas concert coming up that might happen.
Yeah.
Jazz concert that's coming up that might happen. Just like
it's very, very iffy.
Very iffy. But we'll teach something to someone.
Mm-hmm.
See how it goes. But yeah, that being said, I need to go grocery shopping for the week.
Yeah, I should probably do that too.
But hey, man, I'm glad you're able to come through. Glad you're healthy. Glad you're safe. Anything been weird with work?
I mean, not really.
No. Just been still just pretty easy coasting.
Yeah. I mean, I think it's gonna get easier just working on jobs and stuff. I'm hoping that we don't work ourselves out of work and I eventually get laid off, which I don't think I'm going to. The boss had me like get my own tools and everything
Right on.
a few months ago, so.
Good stuff, man. Well, I hope that doesn't happen. That would suck.
Yeah. I also work with somebody who nobody else likes to work with, and he also already got fired, but he got let back on, so.
There you go. So, as long as you stay better than that guy, you should be straight.
Yeah.
But yeah, man, this was just a little quick one. I wanted to get one in. Hopefully, next episode, Evan's back. He had to get tested. I don't know if he tested positive, but had to be under quarantine because of a coworker that did test positive. So hopefully he is back next episode because we deeply miss him.
Mm-hmm.
Probably get back to the proper audio side. Although that for whatever reason, however you're recording this on this demon technology, it's working out great.
Yeah.
So that's nice to know as a little backup. Have you listened to any of the audio from the trip?
No.
Because I'm curious to see what that sounds like.
Not yet.
Okay. But that being said, everybody that stayed with us all the way to the end, hope you guys enjoyed this little short one. Sorry we ended up talking about as much fighting as we did. I was thinking about that. I think like fighting is my hobby.
You think so?
Yeah.
But
just like in the sense of like watching it and like studying it. Like I do will eventually get back to hitting a bag, and hopefully I find a gym eventually, but just like I think watching a sport is a hobby.
Yeah.
Especially like when you get into the depth of it. You know what I mean? There's casually watching it. I don't think that's a hobby. Like I'll casually watch like basketball and football, and like I know things here and there. I mean, I play fantasy football. I don't know why I play fantasy football. I haven't paid attention to the damn NFL in like 5 years.
Yeah.
But I'm still in 2 leagues and I'm getting my ass whooped. Whew. Don't want to talk about it. Hurts my feelings. But like, I think I listened to like 2 MMA podcasts. I bet on a bunch of fights. I know a pretty decent amount. Like I know more than the main event.
Mm-hmm.
Like I can watch I see a fight card and I'm like, yeah, I know like 9 of the 14 people on this card. I think that's a decent wealth of knowledge. And like as I'm watching the fight, I can kind of analyze it. It's not just like, oh, he hit him hard.
Yeah.
So I will claim that as a hobby. I think I'll claim cars as a hobby too, even though I don't know how to work on them. But no.
I know a little bit. I'm not a big car person. I know, like my dad's taught me quite a bit, especially because I've had to replace 2 transmissions. So
yeah, you'll learn a thing or two about that. But yeah, like I don't know like how to fix them or anything like that. But just like the appreciation of cars, like I can identify a lot more cars than almost anybody I know, and I can identify them just by like looking at the backside.
Yeah.
Like it's like, oh, I know exactly what that is, and like to the point of like, oh, I know what year that is as well.
Yeah, I'm kind of that way with certain brands and like certain models. Like,
so.
I saw this one thing on TikTok. This girl was talking about how it's weird because guys will say like, oh yeah, he drives like a Honda Civic. And the guy's like, picture like a Honda Civic, and the girl's like, all I see is a car. Like, they don't like picture like a certain type of.
Oh yeah, no. If you tell me Honda Civic, there's a multitude of follow-up questions.
Yeah.
It's what year? What model? Is it a 2-door? Is it a hatchback? Is it a manual? What color is it? And like every answer you give me, I'm like building the car in my mind. I'm like, oh, I know exactly what that looks like. Yeah. You show it to me, like, this is exactly what it is. It's like other like a majority of my friends too. They make fun of me, like because like we'll be driving down the highway and I'll be mid conversation. I'll stop and like I'll just like see a car and like and they're like, what? And I'm just like, did you not see that? We just drove by the 56 Bel Air, and they're like, what? It was like, yeah, 56 Bel Air. They're like, you repeating it doesn't, I don't know what that means. I'm just like, it was a car.
Yeah.
You made me stop my conversation for a car? Shut up. Whatever. To get back on it. But, yeah. I think that's a hobby.
Yeah.
I don't know. I think I'm just trying to justify myself because I don't actually have hobbies, but whatever. Anyways, thank you everybody for watching us, rocking with us all the way to the end. Like I said, hopefully Evan is back on the next one, and we have some things in the works, so there's gonna be some changes coming soon. Hope you guys enjoyed. There should be different types of content coming soon as well, so just be on the lookout for all that. So y'all be easy. Peace. Thank you.